No. I didn't know how to start the videos. I'm just gonna start with that. Alright boys, today we have a very interesting story time video slash rant, I guess. I don't know. You all probably know about the featured server Cubecraft. Now for those that don't know about the server, which why? Cubecraft is basically currently the top 2 server for Bedrock. It has an average of about 20,000 to 30,000 players. It has some pretty good game modes. It's not an overly toxic server. In my opinion, it has a good marketplace or monetizing setup. It also doesn't have an unbelievable amount of lag. It has acceptable KB, I guess, and the PvP system is but overall the server doesn't seem half bad. And I want to emphasize on this because a lot of people might see this video as an attack on Cubecraft. This video is not in any way supposed to inflict any damage on like Cubecraft's reputation or what you think about Cubecraft. I'm not trying to change your opinion with this video. I want to make that clear. I know I've said this in a previous video of mine that I don't really like Cubecraft and I think less people should play on it because it's a bad server, and I want to say sorry about that because I think I phrased incorrectly what I actually meant. What I meant was that I don't find any joy on the server, but that doesn't mean that you probably don't find any joy. So if you like the server, please don't take anything that I say in this video seriously because I will be throwing some punches at Cubecraft, but I hope you don't take it personally. If you enjoy the server, then do please keep playing on it. So with that out of the way, let's actually start with the video. So I think before we go into why I left Cubecraft, it's fair to start on why I actually joined, or how I joined Cubecraft. And if you want to begin on how I started playing Cubecraft, I think we have to start on how I started playing Minecraft. So picture this, you have a 12, 13, 14-year-old kid that is just watching a ton of YouTube videos, and he suddenly one day finds out about a game called Minecraft. Yes, I actually at the time did not know Minecraft was an actual game, because I wasn't really this kid that was just a gamer, if you want to call it that. I didn't have a PS4, PS3, PS2, nothing like that. I didn't have any consoles. I didn't have any games on my phone. I was just a normal kid. I had some normal upbringing. I never was this like modern like Gen Z kid that would just like have like 15 phones just lying around and have like 2 separate PCs all to himself. I guess you could say like 20th century upbringing kid. I read a lot. I liked school, and I focused more on stuff that wasn't the internet. Obviously, I was well aware that what the internet was. I had my own internet friends and stuff like that. But I obviously didn't know about stuff like Minecraft or just really popular games. I wasn't into that. I was into sports, reading, school, whatever. I was just like this really nerdy kid that wasn't nerdy about video games. So when I found out about Minecraft, obviously, it was like, okay, this seems like a pretty boring game. I know, that's very hypocritical. You know, we should kind of expose old Christ, not gonna lie. After finding out about Minecraft, I obviously started getting into it because I really liked the idea of a sandbox game where you could do whatever you wanted and there wasn't really a set rule on how to play the game. But me being a very competitive person obviously meant that I wanted to not just play survival on my own. I wanted to do some multiplayer, so I started looking up servers. At that time I didn't own Minecraft because the idea of buying a digital game that you had no guarantee of like playing for the rest of your life and like possibly like wasting money on it just didn't seem viable. So I never really thought of like asking my parents to buy me that, which in hindsight they probably would have allowed me to, but I didn't feel like that was right because it might have felt like a waste of money. So I waited for my sister to buy it. Then I literally just got the same account and just put it on my PC. But before that, I obviously didn't have Minecraft, and I still watched YouTubers playing Minecraft. I first watched people like Sky Does Minecraft or DanTDM, at least at the very start, which I did very little, and actually now only after like 3 years, I've found the old channels I used to watch in my old subscription box because I was researching for this video, and I watched some of the videos that I watched back then, and looking back, like, they're very cringy. They're obviously meant for kids, and I don't actually understand why I watched them. Honestly, we should really just expose old Christ. He should get exposed, bro. I shake my head. But one day, I don't know how, I got across Hypixel. Now, I don't know how this happened. It might have been that one of the YouTubers that I watched came across the server and made a video on it. But anyways, I really liked the idea of Bed Wars because obviously it was competitive. It was at the time it seemed skill based, which there's game modes that are more skill based in my opinion, but I like the game mode. So I searched the Bed Wars, and the first videos that pop up all are are all from GamerBoy80. 2017 and 2018 were kind of like these years where Minecraft wasn't performing as well as some other games, so it is kind of funny that exactly when the game became unpopular, I found it. And obviously, when I looked up Bed Wars, I instantly found GamerBoy80, and that's when I first started watching him. And when I started watching GamerBoy80, I also got more and more into Minecraft and the idea of playing Bed Wars. And it went that far that one day my sister got into it, and obviously you know where this is leading to. But after my sister got into it, there was basically no holding back. She bought Minecraft, and I just completely stole it from her PC. Let's go, boys. Can we get a like for stealing stuff from my sister? Very pog. But anyways, after really starting to enjoy Minecraft, I got it myself, and the first 6 hours I did when I got Minecraft was literally just trying to get it started, because it just was not starting. I had a terrible laptop. It was barely running Minecraft at 20 frames. It still only runs Minecraft at like 20 frames. It was terrible, but I liked it. I liked the experience, and Minecraft on that old PC was really fun, because obviously me being the asshole that I was like, okay, this game is easy. I'm just gonna go and beat the Ender Dragon like 5 times before I go to sleep. To this day, I've only beat the Ender Dragon 3 times, and those 3 times have all been in the last week. That's how bored I've been. So yeah, I know, back then I was very cocky. I thought, okay, I'm good at stuff, so why can't I be good at this video game? So I felt the need to improve my skill, and obviously that's when I came back to Bed Wars, and I saw the inspiration from GamerBoy80, and I started to look for servers on Bedrock where I could play on. Now, initially, I was just really confused when I put in Hypixel's. Oh god, this is so cringy. When I put in iPixels, do I really want to say this? Come on, this is like, this is so cringy. So when I put in Hypixels port and their server address in the Add New Server tab, it just didn't work, and I was so confused. I was just googling why I can't join Hypixel, and I went like on the Hypixel forums, and I looked at like all the possible forum pages of people having issues, and I was just not understanding why I was on the wrong, why I was just having issues. And only after like a week or something, my friend actually pointed out I was on a different version. It wasn't Java, it was Bedrock, and I just sat there. I just looked at him, I was like, are you joking? I mean, who am I to complain? I didn't spend a single dollar on Minecraft, well, yet. So, I mean, I was just perfectly fine with that. I was just kind of annoyed because I really liked that Bed Wars, but I decided, you know what, whatever, I'll just still try to see if I can find some good servers on, you know, the featured server list, which I did. I tried out, I think it was Hive and Cubecraft. Now, I stuck with Cubecraft because at the time, Hive was a mess. Yes, that is very controversial nowadays, seeing as it's a #1 server, but back in the day, it was terrible. I think it was like part of the worst 3 servers, along with Mineplex and Mineville. Like, those 3 servers were basically the worst. Lifeboat wasn't bad, it was amazing. I think it was like the second best behind Cubecraft. Like, Cubecraft was basically the most popular, so I thought, okay, it's the most popular, so that equals the most sweats. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna try and play on that. And after joining, I thought, wow, this is so cool. There's no Bed Wars. Now, it didn't take me long to figure out that Egg Wars was basically a copy from Bed Wars. I wasn't that dumb. I had enough intellect to know that it was a ripoff. But when I tried it, like, the whole game just didn't feel like Bed Wars. It just felt like, I mean, Egg Wars, and that's not to make fun of Cubecraft, but it felt like Egg Wars, okay? It was just not the same. And around that time, GamerBoy actually also made a video playing on Cubecraft, where he first started playing, and that was a Java version of Cubecraft. So I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. So that's how he plays, so I should play like that. At the time, the Bedrock version of Egg Wars was different than the Java version of Egg Wars, so a lot of what he did didn't make sense to do in the Bedrock version. So I was like, okay, this is kind of annoying. But still, I was pretty intrigued by it, and I still played a lot. And by playing a lot, I mean I got top 10 on the leaderboard. Egg Wars players just like suck, so I'm still on the leaderboards after becoming top 10. I'm nearly off it though. I am nearly off it, and when I record this, I might be off it. If I'm not, that's just gonna be hilarious, and you're gonna see on the screen. Also, can we please talk about why I have 50 friend requests after not playing on Cubecraft for the last 4 months almost. But anyways, where was I? Ah, yes, Cubecraft. Wow. So after basically no life in Cubecraft for a while, I got bored by it. Not bored because of the game, but I got bored by it because I couldn't get any improvement going, or I just wasn't improving at all. And again, I'm competitive, so whenever I don't see myself improve, I initially think that it's my fault. And in that time, my Wi-Fi was getting upgraded, so I had a lot of free time, obviously because the Wi-Fi was just terrible and Cubecraft wasn't even loading for me, like the chunks weren't loading at all. I couldn't even join Cubecraft, so I decided to play some offline just like practice on like one of my worlds, and that improved me so much just by playing a single week just on a creative world, which that world sadly doesn't work anymore, so that's kind of a rip. Actually, that world basically doesn't, oh my god, I think it was like a solid, like, I don't know, 10,000 blocks placed or something. That was a pretty crazy world. Like, I did that for, like, I did anything possible on that world that would somewhat improve like my movement and stuff. And for anybody playing, by the way, like if it be whatever server, like Hive or Nethergames, I recommend that if you feel like you're not improving at all, just get into a creative world and just practice whatever seems the most impossible, like doing neos, doing double neos, like trying to like reenact some scenarios that you failed at, or maybe just like trying to do parkour, because parkour improves your movement a lot, or maybe just practice your aim with like villagers and give them speed 2 or something. Boys, I don't like doing these, but oh my gosh, we have almost 69% subscribed. If you don't subscribe and we don't get 69% subscribed by the end of the year, I'm just gonna delete my channel, okay? So you have to subscribe. Shake my head. Overall, I just like really like recommend people just taking a week off to really practice on a creative world, because that really improves your skill. And so I did that, and after coming back, I was like, okay, I have improved, but not by a lot. Like, there's just, because of the PvP, because the PvP was just basically 1.9 PvP on Java, where you just can hit like once a second or something. It was just like, that's just not how PvP is supposed to be. Like, that's not the PvP that I grew up with watching Your Boy 80. That's not the PvP that I feel like I want to play on. So that kind of demotivated me to play a lot of Egg Wars or just Cubecraft in general. I tried servers like Lifeboat that had some Bed Wars. I guess you could call it Bed Wars, but it just didn't feel like Bed Wars. It just felt like a disgusting copy of Bed Wars. And I've been playing Lifeboat again because I'm making a big video, a big server review video. That's probably gonna be like 40 minutes long. Wow, Chr7st doing longer videos now. He wants more watch time. Oh my god. So I played a lot of Lifeboat, and I just didn't find any enjoyment in the Bed Wars. The Bed Wars was just so much different, and I just didn't like it. And I think I can make a separate video on why I don't like game modes such as Lifeboat's Bed Wars or just other Bed Wars, but that's not inherently part of the video, so I won't go over it. You could also have argued that I could have moved to Hive, because at the time Hive was becoming a very good server and actually passing Cubecraft because of its Skywars release, and I think it was also its build battle release. What was it called? I think it's build battle. If it's not, correct me in the comments. Okay, I don't play Hive. Obviously, there was the argument that I could have moved to Hive, because at the time Hive was growing pretty well and was actually surpassing Cubecraft on the player count, and was actually doing a pretty good job growing when they released their Skywars game modes and their build battle, or whatever it's called. Correct me in the comments. I don't play Hive, guys. But I didn't want to move there because their Treasure Wars just didn't seem like a good game mode. Okay, I'm just gonna say that I don't like how Hive has set up Skywars and Treasure Wars. Skywars is a different story. Skywars just is unique and different, and it's not inherently bad, it's just different, and different shouldn't be seen as bad. But Treasure Wars is just not, it's just not enjoyable from my point of view. I've played it a lot, okay? I've played like 100 games or something, and no matter whatever I do, no matter whatever game style I choose, it's just not, I just don't find enjoyment in it. And again, I'm not saying that if you're playing it that's bad. I don't feel like that's a fair argument towards somebody, because what somebody might like, you might not like, so I'm not gonna use that as an argument. But again, Hive's game would just didn't feel like it suited me, so I just didn't know what to do. At the time, I also created my YouTube channel, which I uploaded literally just to post hackers and to send them to the forums, because hackers were very annoying, and at the time there was this big movement on report hackers to make Cubecraft a better place, and I was like, you know what, I'll do my part, I'll report hackers. I reported hackers, but it didn't really do much. Like, again, one guy pointed out at the time a well-known member, which he's actually now a staff member on Cubecraft. He pointed out that a hacker takes less time to create an alt account and continue hacking than it takes you to post and upload and make a forums post on a hacker and get him banned. So that demotivated me a lot, and that just made me decide, okay, I'm not gonna use this channel for like, not hacking, crap, no. For banning people, I'm just gonna use the channel to like post stuff that I enjoy about the game mode, or just funny stuff in general, or just maybe even just make videos. It was about that time when I was about to start to get on leaderboards, and I played a lot with friends, so I made like a video with like funny moments. Please don't check out those videos, like, God, they're so bad, it's just so cringy. I sound like a 9-year-old. Like I'm 16, and even with 16 my voice is so high pitched, and like you can just imagine back when I was 15, that was just 5 months ago. Oh God, no, please don't check, for the love of me, just don't check out this video. Just take my word, they're bad, don't check them out. I also posted a like block clutch video, which was my first posted video or public video. And it's just literally me just doing a 1-block extension. That's it. It's not even an extension, it's just a 1-block clutch. The reason why I find it cool is because the block disappeared right after, so I was just like really lucky. But that was my first video, or like my first couple of videos on Cubecraft. The rest was just me sweating, which I actually really like that content. Like I feel like considering that I tried my hardest in those videos, I felt like it's like good content. I also posted a hand cam video, which a lot of people have been actually recently asking me to do a hand cam. So if you really need a hand cam, you can go watch that video. It's with a different mouse, a different keyboard, and a different PC. So please take that into consideration. I might do an updated hand cam, but I feel like I want to improve a bit more as a player before I do a hand cam. So that's that. And it was at that time where I also started to get well known in the community for being a sweat, obviously. And I also got to have my own community of like fans. I got into a sweat server, which was invite only. Nobody knew about the server except sweats. It was basically like the Illuminati, only the best of the best could join. I'm not saying I was one of the best of the best, I was one of the worst, but hey, you know, having a YouTube channel, bro, you get those connections. So I got in there, and it was just really fun. It was a really good place. I've left the server now, and I've left that friend group just because I feel like the place got a bit toxic after a while now, and I just don't have the same interest. Again, I'm not holding that against anybody. I had an amazing time there. I had an amazing friends. I got to be part of a lot of tournaments, which I think those tournaments can be like a different video, because there was tournaments for money, I think, for Discord ranks and stuff. And I might actually have one of my viewers still watching my videos from that time. So if you're watching my videos from that server, do you know what server it is? Comment down below, because like I still know a couple people, and like I honestly miss that community a lot. And it was just overall like a really great place. I have no regrets at all, and I really liked it. I like being part of tournaments. I like just having to sweat. I also created a ranked Egg Wars server, which I think now has a newer version of it, which was pretty popular. That became part of my upload schedule, but it just wasn't something I found enjoyment in. And it was around this time that Gamerboy80 actually, or I don't know if Gamerboy80 posted the video at the same time. He might have posted a different video, but it was around that time where I found one of his Nethergames videos. So the title is basically Hypixel on Bedrock, I think, or Hypixel ripoff. No idea what it actually was, but it was a video of him just basically playing on Nethergames. Now, most of you guys know, if you're, I guess, like a pretty well-known member on Nethergames, then you probably know that Nethergames has all its players mainly because of Gamerboy80, or like the like Bedrock players that watch Gamerboy80, they play at the server because of him, or I'd say I play that server because of him. So like honestly, thanks to Gamerboy80, because I really like Nethergames and I really enjoy making videos on it, and I just enjoy playing on it in general. So I really have to give him credit where credit is due. But yeah, no, when he made a video on that, I was like, okay, this is cool. But I don't like it, because again he made remarks, jokes about the server that made it look like a terrible server. I did have friends that played on it and had fun and called it a very sweaty server, friends from my Cubecraft friends group. So I was like, okay, I might as well try it out. And it was at this time where I got a ban from Cubecraft, and I really didn't enjoy making Cubecraft content. Like I was just focusing more and more on IRL stuff, and YouTube and Minecraft just didn't have a priority at that time. But one day I just got so fed up with Cubecraft that I actually tried Nethergames, and I haven't looked back ever since. Nethergames has given me such a joy playing their game mode, and I honestly can't thank them enough for what they've done. Obviously, you can make the argument, oh wow, they just plagiarized off of Hypixel and whatever. Honestly, like, that's just what I enjoy. Like, again, as a Bedrock player that doesn't find enjoyment in Java just because none of my friends play on it, I really like Nethergames. I really do like Nethergames. I like the game mode. I like that it has the same shop as on Java. I like that it has basically the exact same game modes, the exact same layout, the exact same prices for everything. You can watch a Java tutorial on how to get better at Bed Wars and implement that on Nethergames, and it's basically the same. Like, I actually love it, and I feel like Nethergames has made such a good job at, like, I guess you could use the word copying Hypixel's game mode, even though it's not really copying, because they had to basically recode everything. But even with recoding and copying it, it still is a better game mode than most other servers. Sure, you could say it's not their game mode, that's why it's so good. It's a game mode that the most popular Java server created, so that's why it's better than Bedrock's game modes, you could argue. But sure, while that's valid, they still had to code it to make it close enough to make it enjoyable. So I have nothing but respect for Nethergames. I've not found the same amount of enjoyment on any single other server, and I know, and some people might know this, especially in my friends group, I've been considering a lot lately moving to Hive, because if I want to grow my channel, which is one of my goals for 2021, is to get past 10k subscribers. If I want to do that, I'm gonna have to maybe switch to a different server where there's more players, where I can get more interaction with my channel, because Nethergames just doesn't have enough players for me to do that. But the thing is, I just have too much fun on Nethergames. Every day I get on, I have people beating me, and that motivates me to get better myself. And then again, I also just have sweaty fights where I can win, and that also motivates me to keep playing, and I just love it. Like, I don't play the game mode for a number. I don't play because I want this and this KDR. I don't play because I want this and this amount of wins. I play because it's fun at the end of the day, and that's why I like it, and that's why I left Cubecraft. For Cubecraft, being on leaderboards, it felt like I was grinding for a number, and that's why I also started joining tournaments, is because the normal Bed Wars, oh my god, seriously, the normal Egg Wars experience just wasn't fun enough for me, and I didn't have any enjoyment playing on that. Also, my mic just like randomly drops down, that's why my audio is just slowly getting lower and lower, so sorry about that if it's suddenly like really loud right now. But anyways, back on track. Playing Egg Wars just didn't have the same amount of enjoyment that Bed Wars did, and that's why I just decided, okay, I'm gonna switch to Nethergames, and it was a big change in my content, and it wasn't received well at first, because a lot of people were like, why are you quitting Cubecraft? Like, are you quitting because they banned you? Oh my gosh, which, by the way, that was a false ban as well. Looks like I have a history with false bans. I'm loving it. But yeah, I just really liked Nethergames, and I still will probably like Nethergames for a while. Sure, they make a ton of mistakes. Sure, their server is not the best, and it might be one of the laggiest servers, but at the end of the day, it's just something I enjoy playing on, and Cubecraft just wasn't anymore. Now, there was a lot of things, and I will admit, that led me to not like it anymore. Some of them being my interaction with staff, another part of it being how the staff team interacted with me, because if you didn't know, I actually was I'm part of Cubecraft staff at one point. That's for a different video, but the way that I felt like I got treated, in the way that I felt like I couldn't really, I guess, contribute much to the server, it felt like I was like helpless and I couldn't help improve the server. While on Nethergames, it feels like every single report I do actually gets seen by mods and like gets fixed or something, or like if I report them, they'll get fixed. On Cubecraft, it took 2 years to fix the ghost block glitch. The current glitch we have with God Bridges, that was the same glitch Cubecraft had, just with like active fences or just random blocks, and it took almost 2 years to fix. And that's, by the way, what I got banned for, is for using ghost blocks after it was a glitch that they couldn't fix for 2 years. So stuff like that, and just stuff like them not wanting to support tournaments that me and my friends were hosting, which were pretty big. Like, some of them amassed, I think, 200 or like 500 or even 1,000 members, and they still didn't want to like support those tournaments. That just felt like they didn't care about the community, and that, at the end of the day, is what makes somebody play on it, is whether or not they think that the server they'll play on will be enjoyable or not. And Cubecraft, again, didn't have that enjoyment for me anymore. Alright, again, a long video, but if you did watch this far, then you should comment Tooth. Ooh, that's a new one, Tooth, bro. That's so cool. I swear, I'm like having so many new ideas for code words. But anyways, if you watch this far, comment Tooth if you don't want to lose any of your teeth. I swear, I'm so retarded. Alright, but if you did enjoy though, do subscribe because it really does mean a lot and it really does help me grow my channel. We're getting close to YouTube rank, boys. Come on, we can do it. Like what, 1 more month maybe 1.5. I don't know, bro. We're getting so close. Oh my god. If you also want to watch more videos, then you should click on one of these 2 videos. I have a playlist with more story times if you want to hear more like this. They're shorter than this one, so if you like watching this in the background, then you can also watch the ones in the background, but they're shorter, so just take that in mind. Also, I just want to thank my silent viewers. If you don't really comment or like or subscribe or anything, still thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Watching till the end really does boost my videos that much more, so thank you. Again, it's up to you, but if you want to subscribe, the button is always there, or if you want to comment or like, it's there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.